Welcome to another episode of Exposed TV. The Streets is Talking. And today the Streets is talking about Dr. Umar Johnson and how we all see all over the internet he's about to lose his school. He owes this amount of money, he owes that amount of money. He is done, it's over with. But ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. We found somebody who has offered to make a deal with Umar Johnson to buy the school. Or should I say, help him out of his financial situation. Okay? Now, this brother is offering to pay the back bills, right? And help him out to give him the 40,000 or so that he needs, right? And also to help him with the other school. The condition is because there's 3 buildings. He says he wants to, for doing all this for Umar, he wants a building. Okay? Instead of auctioning everything off and allowing the city to come in and take the building and all that money going down the drain, this brother is coming in and saying, hey, look, I'll help you out. I'll write the check upon inspection. I'll send my inspectors in there to inspect the place. You know, if everything works out, I'll cut the check. You just allow me to have one of those buildings, okay? And we'll call it even from there. So what do you think? Is this a good deal for Dr. Umar Johnson? You think he'll take it, or will he just allow this damn thing to go into auction and lose it all? Let's get into it.
I want to talk to you today about a very sincere opportunity and effort to acquire all or part of the FDMG Academy. And this is something that I encourage you all to share with Dr. Umar, and I'll tell you why. My understanding right now, and I'll reference a video that gives some of the numbers, but my understanding right now is that Dr. Umar's school that he has raised millions for and perhaps allocated, actually spent maybe 1.5 million on, that it is in risk of being taken away essentially by the state, the government that is, and auctioned, which means that all of that money donated will have been thrown to waste. My sincere offer, and it's very clear that I can make this offer in sincerity and convert on it. My understanding is that Dr. Umar owes approximately 38,000 US dollars between utilities, back taxes, things like this. And in paying that bill, which is a manageable bill, he would be able to retain this real estate property, the land and the school buildings. So my offer is to, pending, of course, an inspection, and this can all be private between Dr. Umar and I, the inspection, the results of the inspection, the state of the actual buildings, all these things. Because I do acquire distressed assets. This is clearly a distressed asset, and I think that we can do something that'll both benefit potentially students that could learn there at the FDMG Academy. It'll certainly benefit the donors who want their dollars honored and not wasted. It will make sure that Dr. Umar is able to continue on the journey that he's on. And of course, there'll be something in it for me. As I said, it's a distressed asset. So essentially what would happen is this. My sincere offer is I will write the check for, 40,000 or so, however many dollars it is. I'll write the check for $40,000 if you would allow me to just obviously tour the properties, and if they meet at least a reasonable condition upon visual inspection, then I'll send a proper inspector through to see what the true challenges are of the buildings. What is the actual quality of the HVAC, the electrical wiring, and all the things that are needed to get the buildings functional. And pending the inspector coming back to me with a report that doesn't have anything too egregious, meaning too costly, such that the actual value of the buildings would be less than $40,000, which I don't foresee being the case, I would then basically, and my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe in elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay pending an appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes in exchange for control of one of those buildings. The benefit for Dr. Umar is that he gets to retain the other buildings and continue on with whatever he was trying to do. Because right now, my understanding is that he's essentially pressed to acquire the capital quickly. And even if he were to raise it from his donors, which are probably shrinking in number of and frequency of and amount of, meaning amount that they're pledging, the frequency with which they pledge, and the number of persons pledging. So he needs quick capital, and quick capital has value. And if he would invite me over, I'll fly out to Delaware on my own penny, and I will inspect it visually. I'll immediately hire an inspector, get an appraiser in there, and then I'll write the check. And then, I'll have one of those buildings signed over to me. He gets to continue on with a significant amount of real estate that will continue to be in his name and at his disposal, and we'll both win, and he gets out of a tight situation. That is the proposal. And I do want to concede to everyone that, number one, I'm aware that he's blocked me on several platforms, and I don't blame him, frankly. I mean, I've cracked jokes, I've been critical, but this right here is bigger than Marquette Devon Burton. It's bigger than Dr. Umar Johnson. It's about you as a Pan-Africanist, a pro-Black person. You don't want this building and all the donations from Black people to basically go into the government's hands. And certainly this building is not going to go to another Black person, certainly not a Black person creating a school for Black.
Okay, why did nobody teach me that when you get a credit card, you're actually not supposed to spend the entire balance? When I got a card with a $2,000 credit limit, I thought I was actually supposed to use it. Turns out, a big part of how good your